Welcome back to Farmer Casper's story of the egg. Last time we were together, I shared with you about the special eggs that we got from my friend Farmer Sion. She shared with us 12 beautiful eggs that are of different kinds of chickens. Did you know that brown chickens hatch brown eggs and white chickens hatch white eggs? But I have a green one in here. Can you see it? It is from a special chicken called an Araucana. Then I have two smaller eggs right here that are from a chicken called a banning chicken. They're very cool because they have these beautiful feathers up and down their little legs. We'll hope to see both of these kinds of chicks when they hatch in 21 days. Today I'd like to talk about our incubator. Now, if an egg was left inside of its nest underneath mother hen, then mother hen would make sure that the egg gets all of the things that it needs. But since Farmer Sion entrusted these eggs with us, we are going to do our best to give the eggs and eventually the chicks exactly what they need to grow up healthy and strong. So one of the first things that all little kids know is that eggs need to be kept warm. Many eggs need that, especially chicken eggs. Chickens are birds, and when a mother hen sits on her egg, she does it very, very gently. She's very light, and so she doesn't smash the eggs. If we were to sit on an egg, I'm afraid even you kids would smash the eggs. And we don't want that, because if the eggs get smashed or crack in any way, it will not develop into a chick. So, one of the ways that people figured out how they could help hens to hatch eggs is to develop a machine called an incubator. Some of you might have heard of an incubator for when you were a baby. Maybe you needed to be placed into an incubator when you were first born because you were too little or not very strong yet. So an incubator is a special place for little ones that need some support. So back here behind me, you can see our incubator. It has many parts to it. Inside here is where I will put the eggs today. And when they're in there, this glass dome will keep them safe. The incubator will also provide heat. You might be able to hear a little tiny motor running in the background. That's providing heat for the eggs. Now, chicken eggs, they have to be kept right about 100 degrees. Now, that sounds really hot, but remember, our body temperatures are right about 98.6. So, if you think about it, they need it just a little bit warmer. So, the incubator is set to the right temperature. I have checked to be sure that the temperature is correct in there. So they should be good and warm inside the incubator. Now, there's other things that chicks need too. Chicks need air, which of course, air is everywhere that some other kinds of matter are not. So thank goodness there's air blowing around inside of there. They also need water or moisture of some kind. Now, if you put a real egg in water, the chick will drown, and that would be bad. We can't give our eggs a bath. But in this incubator, I have a special bottle of water, and it actually is called distilled water because it's the purest, cleanest water that you can find. And I put it in this cone-shaped bottle right here. It's upside down so that the water feeds into the incubator. It comes into the bottom of this tray right here. And as it comes into the tray, it provides water moisture. Little tiny droplets of water float in the air inside this dome, and that provides air and warmth and of course now water to the eggs, or may I say the chicks inside the eggs. So they've got heat. they have fresh air, they're being given a little drink of water, which I'll explain better how they get the water from the incubator inside the shell of an egg. And now they need another thing. Chicken eggs, and mother hen knows this, need to be turned a few times a day. When mother hen has the eggs inside her nest, she will turn the eggs herself using her feet and her beak and do this. But since we have them in an incubator, we need to turn them. Back in the day, I remember turning eggs on my parents' farm. And when they would turn the eggs, they would put a little X on one side so that we knew that in the morning the X should be up. And in the afternoon, the X should be down. And that helped us to be sure that we turned all of the eggs. Now, inside the incubator, we don't want to disturb this dome very often. If necessary, we try to leave it alone, just to keep the eggs safe. But this incubator is a lion's incubator, and it does the job of turning the chicken eggs for us. There's a little box back here. I don't know if you can see it very well or not. It's a little black box that has a special little arm on it. And when we place the arm on the knob of the lid of the dome here, it automatically turns the eggs for us. So it's a pretty cool machine. It sounds like we have a lot to do, but mostly our job is to make sure that the dome with the eggs are safe. We have to make sure that it's not in a cold place or a hot place. We have to make sure that there's plenty of fresh air around, which thank goodness there almost always is that. We have to make sure that the water bottle is never empty, and we have to make sure that the turner is on and turning our eggs. So those are the 4 things that eggs need in order to hatch. And like I keep crossing my fingers, we'll do our best to give our chicken eggs what they need so that we can have some little chicks hatch in 21 days. See you again.